to mature. But since he's already living with her, I'd have a prenup to live with me. If I was, you could come if you want to visit me 2 times in a row. I need you to sign something.
Okay.
Welcome, everyone. It's me, Linda B, and welcome to the Linda B Show. I have a special guest. Here is my amazing husband, Cal, joining us for today's segment. Today, we will be discussing Travis Hunter. Should he get a prenup and why? And joining us today to talk about this controversial subject, I have two ladies. I have Dr. Marjorie of Marjorie Reacts and Celeste Duffy of Celeste_Duffy. Welcome, ladies.
Welcome.
Hello.
All right. So you guys are probably hearing about Travis Hunter, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and this is one of those things I like to do educational topics and everything like that. So I am going to basically go around the room. I'll just start with my amazing husband. How do you, honey, feel about prenups when it comes to someone that has a certain amount of money?
Well, if it's over $1 million, I do believe a prenup should be in order simply because that's a lot of money to split to give up because you had to earn that money. And it's not easy trying to make $1 million in this economy.
Okay. Celeste, how do you feel about if a person has, like, they got a lot of money and they're about to get married? How do you feel about prenups? Should Travis Hunter get a prenup?
I think that generally both people should probably get a prenup or get a prenup that covers the desires of both people. Now, it's kind of a touchy subject because, on the one hand, I don't believe in private property in a marriage.
Hmm.
I think that once you marry, you join all things.
Hmm.
And I understand that I'm going to contradict myself here. So I know that I'm doing that. But I also think that it's very difficult if you meet someone after you have accumulated a certain amount of wealth
Oh yeah.
to not protect it and then to say no matter what happens, you're entitled to half or all, half or more of this, you know, whether it be the woman or the man. I think that's a very
Oh,
difficult
excuse me.
position
Yeah.
to be in.
Yeah.
What about you, Dr. Marjorie?
Yeah, I agree. I don't even think it have to be $1 million. Like she said, if two people come into a relationship established and have money, finances that they've accumulated on their own, there absolutely should be prenups for both ends to prove like that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for you. So the two people shouldn't have a problem like making sure that the other person's stuff is protected to make a point like I'm here for you. I'm not here for your money and what you have to offer, materialistically. Yeah, that's I think absolutely people should have it. Even if you coming in with 250K a piece, 100K a piece, that's still a lot of money. And should be protected.
Well, I am going to come up with the counter argument.
Okay. Okay.
I don't like prenups. I don't like the idea of a prenup. And
Okay.
I know somebody gonna be in the comment section. Let it be. I don't care. I don't like prenups. I said it, I meant it, I'm not backing down. The reason I don't like it is it's just the way my mind thinks.
Yeah.
And I think of it as a person preparing for the end before they've even began. I think their mind is already, what if this isn't going to work? Or
Mm.
what if it doesn't work? I just don't like that mindset. I
Mhm.
get it. There's a bunch of gold diggers out there and you got to
Mhm.
protect yourself. I get all of that. But my mind is still stuck on, you are literally preparing for the end before the beginning. So what do you guys say to that? I mean, it's just a sticking point with me, you
Yeah.
know. It's a sticking point.
Well, since I met you when you were in school at a very young age, I had no problem with you. But on the other hand, with you being my second marriage, I should have got one on the first marriage. I tell you that.
Oh my God. But I will say, my husband, you said you married me because you really what?
I didn't trust you. You wouldn't be sitting next to me.
Okay. Okay.
He said he really, he said, I just really trust you. You
Hmm.
know, and see, that made me feel good. And that's what I want. I don't want anybody is like, I don't know, I had a hard time the first time. Then I need a prenup. I mean a
Right. Right.
that's just me, guys. What do you say?
Well, I think it's hard. Again, this is a very difficult subject, and
For
thank
sure.
you, Linda, for even bringing it up because we probably should be having more conversations like this, at least on the front end.
Mhm.
But because really, what the prenup is indicative of the fact that as a society, we are doing marriage wrong. Because if
Mm,
people married when they were young and they were together and then they built what they had together, this wouldn't be an issue.
right.
It's not an issue, but delaying marriage to the point where we're delaying it, and even later life marriages to the point, as the doctor said, where people have already accumulated certain things. They're established. All of those things brings now these external remedies,
Mhm.
into effect. And to be honest, the people who benefit from this are really the attorneys, because if your marriage
Mhm.
is successful, you still paid them.
Right.
Your marriage isn't successful, you're going to pay them more. So there's
Oof.
an
Yeah.
incentive to have people in this conundrum
Mm,
where they haven't been together, since they were young and been able to build things together, and now they want it because human beings are always going to want, to be with someone. We're not meant to live alone, and we don't really have a good way to do that at
mm,
later stages in life.
Right. Wow, that's a great point that you brought up.
yeah.
But I do want to mention, like, I know some people might be watching this video and they're like, who the heck is Travis Hunter? What if they don't follow college football? Honey, tell them who Travis Hunter is.
He's one of the most dynamic college football players in the country. He just won the Heisman Trophy, so that is considered the very best college football player in the entire country.
And I looked up his value right now. It's about $6 million net
Mm.
worth.
God bless him.
A lot of NIL deals, which is
Mhm,
name, image, likeness.
mhm,
Mm.
Got like
Phenomenal.
Adidas, United Airlines, 7-Eleven, what was the Buffalo Wild Wings, and others. It's almost a dozen of them. And $6 million. And he isn't even signed
Mhm.
to an
Mhm.
NFL team yet.
Oh yeah.
So that I just wanted to kind of let people know, like, oh, that's Travis Hunter. Okay, yeah, I heard. So I want people to know because some people don't follow sports, but I
Mhm.
want to share this little video clip with you guys about this. And Travis Hunter has been getting a lot of heat about his girlfriend, and she seems to be, in my opinion, a little insecure, a bit jealous.
Mhm.
She just doesn't seem to be comfortable in this world of him getting all of the attention.
Mm.
So I'm going to share this video with you guys and let you take a look.
Okay.
Talk about my girl. Go talk about your girl. Go find a girl. Go find a life. Stop worrying about what I got going on. I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl been with me for 5 years. Y'all are just not starting to talk about me and just not starting to be with me.
Y'all, the drama just hit a whole new level because Travis Hunter's whirlwind romance with Leanna has taken a messy turn. Word on the street is that she might have pulled a baby trap move, and now Travis is stuck in a situation he didn't see coming. From fast-tracked engagements to tabloid frenzy, this story is juicier than we thought. Let's break it all down. With new talks of a baby playing a major role in Travis and Leanna's fast-tracked engagement, the couple's relationship has fast become a prime source of discussion. Their recent plans to walk down the aisle have turned what should be a love story into social media frenzy, with people even gambling on how long they'll last. But with a baby in the mix, some are shifting their bets, suggesting this might just be the glue that keeps them together.
Hello.
Welcome to our crib. Bow.
Welcome back to our channel. Today we're doing a house tour of the house we've lived at for almost a year, but we're just not showing you.
Yeah.
Come on inside.
Don't pick on the smoke detectors, bro. They not working. I don't know how to fix it.
But this isn't just about Travis and Leanna only. It's about the whirlwind of drama that follows high-profile relationships. From accusations of baby trapping to whispers of controlling behavior, their story has sparked heated debates and endless memes online. Public figures like Sebastian Telfair and even Leanna's own critics have jumped into the mix, fueling the narrative that Travis might be stuck in a situation he didn't see coming. The headlines are loud and the stakes are even louder.
I stop it right there. So, guys, I gave you a little bit of a clip, a little bit of more. Now there's a baby seeming to be added into the mix. We allegedly, we don't know. I mean, that's hearsay.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's even true. But it wouldn't surprise me if it was.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to let one of you guys chime in on this, Dr. Marjorie Celeste. Either one.
I'm like, they've been together 5 years. This is not a new onset thing. That's a long time to be with somebody and not already be married. Mm-hmm. I was not playing that game in my early, you know what I mean? I've been married since I was 19. We ain't playing this let's play house game. But the with him being worth $6 million, that's enough motive for her to do whatever, to hang on, especially if she know he about to blow up. I think it would be smart of him to protect himself, because regardless, you don't really know why she's there until you know why she's there. You see these men all the time get these women and they so cute, and he's a cutie pie. I wouldn't say he's unattractive. He's a cutie pie. He looks like a sweet young man, and he looks like he really loves her. And these women,
like he really loves her.
He looks like he really loves her.
He really does.
But these women, it take a minute to really know how they really feel about it when after the marriage and his life starts getting real, and then he's always gone for football. Then we'll see how she's acting. Especially start having babies and stuff. We'll see.
See, the thing with her is what I've seen in other clips is like when there was a Heisman meet and greet and he was taking pictures with his fans and she was sitting there, she was ready to go, and they were having like an exchange and it looked like she was mad. And another instance, after a game, he looked at some cheerleaders briefly, acknowledging the fact that they were cheering for him. I don't think it was more than that, but after the game, she wouldn't kiss him. She would like turned her head or whatever. She seemed upset. To me, it looks like she's just very insecure. She's not, I don't know. I felt uncomfortable, and I don't even know Travis Hunter. I put myself in that situation. You imagine standing there. This is the time of your life. This is a great achievement. If you get this and you just want to enjoy the moment, and you got to worry about your significant other over there getting upset, and then you're worried about, are they going to blow up or get, embarrass you? I mean, that's embarrassing. It's like, what's going on? Chill.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you guys saw that clip, but you saw it, Celeste. It was,
and they dragged him. They dragged him. They dragged her. They dragged the whole relationship.
Dang. It just made me feel bad. I know my husband saw it, and they keep saying, "Beware, Travis. Get a prenup. Beware." And she doesn't, in my opinion, seem very trustworthy, because she did initially say that he was not her type. It's almost like, and then there's another clip of him saying that he's good friends with her brother. Like, I want to say, if I'm not misspeaking, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe somebody in the comments, but I think her brother encouraged her to get with Travis, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I think I heard. So I don't know, she... I don't know if this is a person that is with him for him, and yeah. So if he feels like he can't trust her, prenup time, but to me, if you feel like you gotta have a prenup because you feel like this person may or may not do right, then that might be a person you probably shouldn't marry, in my opinion. If you feel like, no, if I can trust that means you don't need to marry that person. That's just me.
Regardless of what she thought that the relationship was going to turn out to be, she has to realize now she's in the public eye. And this is global because football is reaching international. Him being one of the top players in this year's draft in April, she got to understand when she goes to that draft, people will be watching her every movement. They're probably going to have a camera on her just because. And
Yeah.
of course, there's going to be a camera on him.
Yep.
I'm sure she's going to be somewhere nearby,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to catch her reaction, along with his reaction, and then of course they're going to catch the mom's reaction, and of course prime time is going to be there, so they're going to have his reaction. So everybody, she got to understand wherever he's drafted at, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
When she gets there, she is going to be under the public eye. And if somebody video her, and if she take it the wrong way, they're going to put that online as well.
Yeah.
She needs to control and conduct herself in accordance to who she is now fencing to be. 5 years ago, it wasn't that. And my how time bring about a change.
Yeah.
Everything she does, negative or positive, probably will be scrutinized.
Yeah, I I totally agree with that. But you brought up Coach Prime, Deion Sanders. Say Deion Sanders is trying to protect Travis.
According to what some of the broadcasters said on ESPN and some of the news networks, Deion Sanders will make sure that Travis Hunter has a airtight alibi, prenup.
Airtight prenup, because he looks at those boys like his sons. I mean,
yeah, they are his sons, no? yeah.
But so he's gonna look out for him. But I just feel like, gosh, in my opinion, just don't get married right now.
Well, and I actually think this is a problem with the name, image, and likeness, because to me, it thrusts young people who have not achieved being in the NFL and allowing them a pseudo NFL lifestyle before they have actually earned the achievement. And I think that we do that. This is, to me, and this is not to say that he's not an incredibly athletic and talented man. I'm not saying that. Of course he is. But the fact of the matter is, that is not the same. You are not in the NFL yet. And it's very likely you're going, God willing, you're going to the NFL. You're going to be a top pick, and hopefully have a great career there. But to be able to live the lifestyle as if you had made that achievement and not, I think is a bad idea. And I think along with that, it brings with it the type of people who are going to want to surround themselves with you at a time where you're young. I'm not even assigning any malintent to the young lady.
Sure.
I'm just saying she's young. If you had caught me at 19, 20, 21, you know what I mean? I could have told you anything. And
she is a little young. I mean, I'm sorry, a little older than him. I don't know how old she is. She's like, she's older. She's maybe 24, maybe. I'm guessing. I'm not sure, but
I still feel like she's young, and I feel like the other thing is that they are bringing, when you are in the NFL, at least at that point you get assigned a business manager. You might, you can have an accountant. You have other people in the NFL who have had money and who are experiencing what it feels like to have new money, who may be able to mentor you on a peer-to-peer basis. Maybe somebody who plays your position but is a little older, a little more seasoned. They'll have you work out with them. All of those things I think can contribute to you making good decisions. And not to say everybody in the NFL is making good decisions, and offer people information. It doesn't mean they'll take it, but certainly to have this happening to them while they're still in, well, he's still in college
Yeah.
and she's very young, and without that other structural support in place, I think that we're paying attention to Travis Hunter because of his status and his talent, but I'm sure many others, maybe there's other young men in college football, maybe they're not making 6 million, but they might be making one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and it is going to attract all types of fodder to come with it at a time when you're really probably not mature enough to handle it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I want to get my husband's opinion on this because I think that you were a fan of the NIL because you felt like the college players were working so hard and some of them were so poor they couldn't afford to eat or whatever the case was. What is your take?
Most of the college athletes come from single parent rough
Mhm.
backgrounds. And 1 year, the University of Texas, the football team, made $800 million. And out of that $800 million, the players were not allowed to get a dime. Now that's a lot of money for a college that's well established in a big oil company, oil state like Texas, that's already got billionaires contributing to that school. And this college and other colleges around the country recruiting these young guys out of the projects because those are the ones that are the best athletes,
Mm.
and they are working for them. We're playing ball for them, and only thing they're getting is a scholarship. And
Mm.
most of the time, the scholarship is not a full scholarship, and the
Dang.
scholarship, if they don't perform, can be taken from them. So they're not guaranteed a 4 year scholarship paid for.
Oh man.
They have to pay for their own medical expenses. So if they get hit on the field and have to be carted off, they are reliable. Their families are reliable for their medical bills.
Mm.
So that they're at a lose-lose situation. They come
Mhm.
home for the summer. They're not supposed to use their image in a way to where they can make money by being at a restaurant or even throwing a party for themselves.
Jeez.
They can't do any fundraisers, and the NIL agreement changed all of that.
Mm.
So
Oh wow.
imagine in your hometown, you got a star basketball player, and he goes to Kentucky, and he gets to Kentucky, and he can't do anything because if he receives a meal from somebody, it's considered a gift, and he's penalized for that, for
Dang.
receiving or accepting that gift. Shannon Sharp, he said that when he went to Savannah State, he had two paper grocery bags, and that was his suitcases because his family couldn't afford to send him to college with a suitcase.
Mm.
So I guess it's like a pro and a con. I guess you can get a lot of money at a young age, and which is true, and not just in athletics. Get a
Mhm.
young person a lot of money, and they're just not mentally prepared to handle what that entails or what that comes with.
Mhm.
So I feel like they should definitely be counseled and mentored as
Yeah.
how to handle all of this stuff. They need to go to some kind of class. I mean, I don't know what you
Yeah.
call it, so that they're prepared to deal with all of what it comes with, even just the attention, even if you don't get any money, just the attention,
Yeah.
that your name and face and likeness just
Mhm.
go somewhere and everybody knows who you are. And
Yeah.
it's just a lot for some people to handle. And we think we can handle it until we get in
Mm.
it. And,
Till you get in it.
Well,
so but back to the prenup part of it. I'm just still on the fence about that thing.
They need premarital counseling
Yeah. Yeah.
before anything, regardless of
Yes.
prenup or whatever. They need premarital counseling to bring all of that stuff to the surface
Hmm.
before they even get married. Never mind the money, because like you said, I partially do agree with you too, Linda, about if you have to feel like you have to, then you probably don't trust them. If you don't trust them, don't marry them.
Yeah, I feel
But
like,
yeah,
I
premarital
mean,
counseling I think would bring all of that to the surface.
yeah, we need to find out if are you just doing this just to just be extra safe, I guess,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
are you doing it because I don't know if I can trust you? The
yeah.
why behind it needs to be dug up.
Right.
brought to the
Right.
surface,
Yeah.
the exact why. Maybe someone is a good person and they just want a prenup because they've been advised to get one, but they have no intentions of looking at the end before the beginning. That's just
Mhm.
how I look at it. You're
Yeah.
preparing for the end before you even started.
Mhm.
um, or are they doing it because they really don't trust this person? There's something in the back of them. She might run off with everything. I don't know. In that case, if it's the second one, don't marry this person.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel,
Yeah.
because I mean, so what? You'll be protected from a prenup, but still, you
Yeah.
you, you may have kids and you breaking up a family. It's a lot to it.
Yeah.
It's a lot. To me, it's more than about protecting your assets. I know that's the main thing
Mhm.
people think about,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
you have a family
Yeah.
and they have children involved, and wow, they're not caring so much about the financial aspects of it. They're looking at
Mhm.
mommy and daddy not together. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just tricky to me. When you have a lot of money, more problems. So, sometimes it brings a different set of problems.
Oh
You get
yeah.
money
Mhm.
to pay for everything, but then you got to wonder: is this person with me for me, or they here to get on the gravy train? I don't know.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think marriage is very serious. It
Mhm.
is a very serious thing, and you have to think about, well, you have to think about marriage in its totality. It's a beautiful thing. It's a covenant with God. It's all of these wonderful things. It's probably where you can find your sanctuary and your strength and all of those other things. But also, it's a liability.
Mm.
And the fact of the matter is, when you bring someone and you join your life with them, you are joining with them a whole bunch of stuff. Like
Yeah.
when you say, "What if they had children before they had you?" Okay, so now you've opened up this idea of heirs and asset distribution. There is a lot
Amen.
that goes on. If
Mhm.
unfortunately, when you see how, and all of us have at least heard of this, how families, blood related kin, can act a complete fool when somebody dies,
Yes.
or when somebody's sick, and you you can't
Yeah.
protect yourself from them because
Mm.
you're actually too biologically similar for the law to make any kind of separation between you and them.
Mm.
So when you bring somebody into your life to marry them, all that they're related to, all that they've done in their or had in their past, is a liability to you. And the same with you with them. And the beauty in it is they presumably know those things. You've been honest and upfront. They've been honest and upfront. And you both have said, listen, I know your liability, but I'm willing to take you anyway. That's a great thing.
There it is.
I'm willing to go ahead anyway.
Right.
I'll tell you, that's how you should explain it to me, because I'll be
Yeah.
like, I looked at it, and it is a little,
That's excellent.
because
Yes.
cousin Peanut, I don't know about him,
Uh-huh.
but you are bringing all of that into your life, and you are exposing your mental state to that. You are exposing your emotional state to that, and you are exposing your financial state to that. So I think it may not just be an issue if they don't trust you. I
Mhm.
mean, that may not be the only reason why. There can
Yeah.
be other reasons that a person is saying, I want to be protected mentally, I want to be protected emotionally, and I'd like to also be protected financially.
Yeah, for sure. And I think and I've heard circumstances where, as we know, even if you never take money out of the picture, if you've been married long enough, the person you married to when you first marry him ain't going to be the same person 10, 12, 15 years down the line. 9 times out of 10, they a different person, whether it's they change positive for the positive or for the negative. So adding money into that, we already know how money affects a lot of people. So I think it is a backup. Like, yeah, you cool right now, but when the millions really start rolling in, he worth 6 million now. Now he don't know how she gonna be acting, or even how she don't know how even he's gonna be acting when the tens of millions start rolling in. And I think that protects both of them if either of them start acting funny. Like, because it's like a lot of people, only married until I don't like you no more. until you're not the person I married. You different now, so it's over now. Most folks ain't trying to fight out when things get rough. Okay, we're not seeing eye to eye. Let's keep fighting and keep working through it. Most folks is like, okay, I'd rather just take the money and run than have to deal with that drama.
I want to say this about Travis Hunter and their relationship. There does seem to be a lot of tension and a lot of insecurity, maybe possible manipulation with that little clip that we saw. Maybe she's pregnant. I don't even know. Her behavior, and this is for anybody. I'm not just talking about Travis Hunter and Leanne, I think her name is. Anybody. If you see red flags before you get married, if you see this person getting jealous, look, as we say in the South, acting a fool, not responsible when it comes to money. They got bad credit. I mean, just it's a bunch of stuff. Because remember, you're joining your lives together now, and you are, like you said, Celeste, you are exposing your mental state. Could end up not being too good if you get with the wrong person because they, you might snap. I'm just saying, being what they put you through. I mean, you might be all good mentally, but you don't know. Don't get with the wrong joker. I'm saying.
Amen.
So, so I think if there's red flags, there should be that person shouldn't get married. Some people think, oh, it'll be all right, or I can change. No, you can't do nothing. You can't change nothing. They need to be already what you feel safe. If you really in your heart know, I really trust this person. I feel safe, and there's no real red flags. I'm talking about a real red flag. I'm not talking about if they leave their socks in the middle of the floor. I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing. But I mean stuff, I just feel like they shouldn't get married. And I'm not just talking about Travis and Leanne. This is with any couple. Don't force it. If you feel any kind of hesitation or like, I don't know if this is the right thing to do. It shouldn't be so much stress on your mental state before you get married. Because whatever stress, if you got stress before, it's gonna be some show enough, as we say, George.
Yes.
After you say I do. It's just we should always keep those things in mind.
Indeed. Yeah. Premarital counseling needs to be pushed harder to expose all that stuff before they get married. Because if you can't make it through the premarital counseling, you are never gonna make it no way.
Yeah.
Let the premarital counseling bring all that stuff out. Yeah,
and
for sure.
In a case with a couple where one of them has a lot of money, you got to see how this person handles money. I mean, maybe there's a test he can put on. I don't know.
Well,
hold this money for me. Hold this money for me for a little while and see if the money's still there. I don't know, something. Some people like to spend like crazy.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that, when they talk, they say one of the biggest reasons for divorce is finances. And it's not even such that, people with lots and lots of money, but it's generally that people have different ways of managing money. So if I'm a person that's, I don't buy unless I need it, I'm very frugal, I save, I'm putting away, and you're somebody who's like, always, every time you foot cross the threshold, you got a new bag from a new store, and whatever. Those are two types of people. It's going to be very difficult for them to figure out how to, how they're going to go forward and chart a life, because their spending habits and their attitudes towards money are too different.
Yeah. So I guess I'm getting that my husband thinks he should get a prenup if he marries this girl.
I mean, because of the way things have been done in the past, you hear about athletes making a lot of money and going broke. And most of the time they going broke because they got to give up half of it to a spouse that's filing for a divorce. They already got to give up 10% to an agent. Then they got to pay an attorney. And before you look around, your percentage down to 20% of your money. And Tracy McGrady, he mentioned he couldn't see how the basketball players were going broke. One of the basketball players, Jackson, his last name is Jackson. He told his fiance that she's going to have to sign a prenup before they got married. But the reverend that was performing the service said that he didn't believe in prenups because everything was being ordained by God. Well, at the wedding day, he didn't show up because he didn't sign the prenup. So I guess for his protection, he was like, okay, well, if you don't want to do as I asked now, and when we get married, you're not going to listen to me. So what's the point? So he went to the club and celebrated with some champagne glasses. Was like, hey, I'm keeping my money. And kind of can't blame him because he had some teammates that was making more money than him. And they went broke because of the same situation.
Lord.
So I guess for experience and actually seeing it firsthand,
yeah,
he
wanted to make sure it didn't happen to him.
Yeah.
That reminded me of something. This just came to me just now. I wish it's too late now because they've been doing it for however long. They would not advertise how much people make. You know, like the contracts, how much they got, they signing bonus, whatever the situation is.
Yes.
Because when you do that,
hyenas,
all the groupies from the pits of hell start crawling up like Thriller up out of the I mean, they start coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, they just like, dang. I mean, to me, it just makes it more prevalent because now they know. They're like, ooh,
oh yeah,
did you hear?
Yeah.
I'm like,
put a target on his back right away.
And the groupies know what hotel the players are staying at that travel.
Stalking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Atlanta, somebody tell them where the Cincinnati Reds come to town when they play the Braves. Somebody saying the Milwaukee Bucks come to town to play the Hawks. Where the Dallas Cowboys staying at when they play the Falcons.
Yeah, it's an environment that is promoting or helping these types of situations to take place instead of discouraging it. Because again, you know, they're advertising. You can Google anybody's salary. You can. It's easy to find their net worth. It's super easy. And then they talk about, Steph Curry got this. You know, this one making this a 5-year, $250 million contract, whatever it is. That is a whole lot of money. You got these women who think they about half sexy. And you know they're going to try to get pregnant too.
Oh yeah, that's going to be the first. Never mind marriage. They ain't even thinking about marriage. They like, just give me the baby.
They want the baby.
Yeah, because the baby, that's guaranteed money.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Sure
Lord
enough.
have mercy.
Cannot be refuted.
Jesus.
Absolutely. And in all fairness, I would say this, as difficult as it may be, these young men should learn to have not only some discipline in terms of their talent, but some discipline in terms of their body.
Yeah, discipline for sure.
That it would really serve them well to learn that.
Yeah,
and it is unfortunate, and I don't think that's the fault of the school or because that's not their job. Their job is not to teach you all that. It would have been great if they had parents who had instilled that in them to say, listen, you're a talented person, and with talent comes a lot of unintended things that that you might not be ready for. But the best thing that you can do is be really careful and learn how to say no. Or you don't have to have everything, or it's, and I understand that apparently is an extremely difficult thing, but it is okay to learn to do something that's difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because you got these girls that, like we just said, they are trying to get pregnant. I mean, these are young girls that expose their bodies. They're all up on them. They'll be in the hotel room waiting on the guy, naked on the bed.
Well, they're doing all this for less. You can go on the internet and practically see these people.
Oh, absolutely.
If you're willing to do all that for free, what you'd be willing to do at the idea of getting a real payout.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know. I was just gonna say, you took the words right out of my mouth. The last I was gonna say, they doing it for a whole lot less. My son's 17. He don't got a dime to his name. Well, he got a little job, and even that is like they on him for that. His little part-time job. They on him for that, trying to because he just turned 18. So I'm like, you better watch these girls getting pregnant. You better watch them. So yes, discipline, and my son being the word. he ain't perfect, but we ain't
None of
raising our, you know what I'm saying? Raising them up in the word of God where they have a relationship with God, and God is going to tell them they worth, because even though because he got $6 million, the young man, Travis Hunter, don't mean he know his value. Don't
Mhm.
mean he know his worth. And she
Mhm.
don't know her worth and value either, because everybody looking at the dollar and ain't really valuing true companionship, true love, true commitment. It's all
It's,
about how can I get the paper and keep it coming.
yeah, everybody wants this lavish lifestyle. Everybody
Mhm.
wants to live like, I don't know, whatever famous TV
Yeah.
family
Oh yeah. Oh,
has a
think they
lot
in
of
a
money.
movie for sure. People think they're in a movie.
They want to live like that. And they just have these aspirations and these dreams and ambitions. I sound like Kamala Harris.
you
I
did.
always say
No,
that. Dreams, aspirations, ambitions.
no.
Woo!
And they love their lawn.
Not you quoting Captain
But
Kamala.
in any way,
No.
they just have those dreams of just having a lot, the latest bags, to meet each other
Yeah.
for lunch. I always get there going on trips, the fanciest handbags, clothes, shoes, taking all kind of trips and stuff, and just living in this huge house with the pool. I mean, they want that.
Yeah.
They want that.
I'm not mad at people for wanting that. I want it.
I mean,
I'm,
but
I'm
not
mad.
to the point where you just want to give your body to.
No. The problem is not that they have ambition. The problem is that they want a shortcut.
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
want the lifestyle without the work.
Right. Right. Right.
Okay, so I'm okay because you can say whatever you want about Travis Hunter, and I'm sure he's a talented person, but he didn't get the Heisman Trophy because he's done no work. He has had
Work.
to have put in the 2-a-days and the 3-a-days and all of the stuff from the time he was probably a young boy to be able to become who he is right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not begrudging him a thing
Mhm.
because he put in the work for it. The problem with these other people is they want exactly what he has for nothing,
Without
but
work.
not an ounce of sweat,
Mhm.
but
Without
they
out.
feel like they want it. I
Right.
am absolutely against that.
Right.
Yeah, and there's so many people like that. I mean, they don't want to work. They just, the shortcut is all they want.
Yeah.
They want everything that the person who worked their tail off has, but I don't want to work.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
think that's what a lot of these groupies are like.
Yeah.
If I just had to
Yeah.
surmise them, and this is just a personal opinion, they don't want to work.
For
All
sure.
they're willing to do is to lie down on their backs
Yeah.
and get
Yeah.
pregnant. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
they want to do that. That's
Yeah.
about the only work they want to do.
Yeah. Because they think that's their worth.
Mhm.
Yeah, they think that's what they're worth. And I think a lot of people around them, nobody is holding them accountable around them, because everybody around them is thinking about themselves getting the bag. If I
Yeah,
tell them the truth, that's gonna cut me out. And it's like nobody
exactly.
is,
Because
is telling these young people what's really going on.
they want their home girl to get the bag.
Yeah.
Because if they home girl get the bag, I'm her home girl, so
Yeah.
maybe
So I'm a
she'll cut me off a piece.
Yes, she'll cut me a piece. Yes.
Yeah,
And that's why I think it's important for the prenup, because it will force a woman to go out and get her own. Don't and our we can, you can be married and have your own mission. I was never that one believed in being a stay-at-home mom. I did it for a short period of time, but I also understood I got to do something also to contribute, not just for myself, but to contribute to the team. And I think that'll force these women, so they not just walking around being cute, having babies. Which I think if you and your partner are both an agreement of this, that this is your role, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I
mm,
think a lot of women get into these relationships with these rich young men,
mhm,
and they, and that's their agenda, to just stay at home and have babies, like you said, lay on their back. And
mhm.
then years down the line, he like, you ain't doing that with your life. What's what are you doing? And she want to leave because she want to take the money, and so she have the money and don't have to deal with him.
Right. That's why she was. Some people. That's why they're there, just for the payout.
Yeah.
But any last closing remarks about this subject? I mean, honey, I'm going to start with you. What do you think, Travis? Well, I already know what you think Travis should do. Like, do you think he should marry her, or not, just and get a prenup, or no, marry her?
I mean, if the laws were different to where there was a limitation on what people can get, instead of saying you're entitled to it, go with what you earn during the marriage, then I mean, I would say go ahead and not worry about a prenup. But with the law, the way it is in today's society in America, it's more financial protection for him, considering the hard work he's put in over his lifetime to get a prenup done.
Okay, guys. Celeste, what were your thoughts? Final thoughts on this?
I wish him well. I think this is a lot to navigate between winning the Heisman, being a draft pick, getting into the NFL, and I certainly I understand he wants a girlfriend. He probably enjoys that support. I am a person that generally thinks it would be good for him to sort of get his life together and give himself some time to mature. But since he's already living with her, I'd have a prenup to live with me. If I was, you could come if you want to visit me 2 times in a row. I need you to sign something.
Okay.
Okay. But since he's already in it, and he's already living with her, and all of that type of stuff, and then I definitely think that part of being protected is, like I said, it's a whole thing. If I'm going to share my life with you, I'm expecting some emotional protection, some mental protection, and some financial protection. And I think you should have that from me as well.
Okay. All right, Dr. Marjorie.
I would say get marriage, get premarital counseling, send her my way. I'll teach her how to be a wife. Let her join my community. Give her put her through the school wife training program. Yeah, so she understand what standing in power is in marriage, and holding power and long suffering, and she learned all that stuff, so she don't be focused on the money, because there will be hard times. So send her my way, Travis. If you watching this, we gonna make her think like a wife, because
yeah, Travis Hunter, you need to send Leanne to Dr. Marjorie. My final thoughts are, I feel like he should. Oh, I don't even know if she's pregnant too. That's another thing. Lord Jesus. If I don't even know what to say. I would say hold off on marriage. I think he needs time to mature. I do feel like that's what should happen here. And I feel like, and it's just an opinion, I feel like he definitely is in love with her.
Yeah.
I don't think she's in love with him. That is the problem I see. I just feel bad for him. I feel like if he gets with her, he's headed for a hard time. And I feel like he should just step back and mature some, and that's really all I can say, because I really feel like he loves her. I just don't feel it's reciprocated. Yeah, and that's the unfortunate part here. I just don't think she loves him like that.
Especially with all that money involved, it's really hard to tell.
That's just painful to even think about. But in any event, that's where I am on it. Well, you guys, that's it for today's show. Don't forget to like this channel, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And I thank you so much, Celeste Duffy and Dr. Marjorie, for joining me today. Until next time, guys, be blessed.
Blessings to y'all.